asked me, well, Swiss, what do you think is the most clumsy aircraft out there? Which is a question that no one has ever asked me. I would definitely say it's the Bombardier-8 Q400. Why? Well, there isn't a month that goes by without a weird incident like this. Take a look at this -8 Q400 tail strike here that happened in Chile. Very mild tail strike. Yes, but normal everyday situation for the Q400. That's now probably kind of broken. Right, actually, to be honest, I don't think this is flyable anymore. Womp womp. I mean, honestly, I've got a fun drinking game for you. You have to go on the Aviation Herald website, which is a perfect website that, lists all these civil aviation incidents out there. You just type in DH, there you go, DHAD, and you take a shot whenever there is a tail strike or a landing gear problem. Look, so this was September 9th, the one that we were talking about. Accessing Congo DHAD, aircraft struck motorcyclist down on landing. All right, I've never seen that before. They struck a motorcycle. How? But everybody, of course, the -8 is most famous for its landing gear issues. This was in August 3rd. It actually managed to, oh wow, quite a damage also with the right engine, with the propeller tip being damaged here. Interesting. Yes, this was on August 3rd. Funnily enough, just 2 days later on the same airline, they also had a burst tire, this time on landing instead of on takeoff. Great. You see, the Q400 can all right, this is great here. Take a look at this. Maybe you could compare the landing gear to the wheels on a shopping cart. Oh, and yes, that's actually kind of comedic. There we go. Now we only have one landing gear left. But I think a landing should work fine anyway. Take a look at the smoothest landing ever done here. Emergency landing, obviously, due to one tire missing. That was so perfectly executed. That was the most butter landing. Jeez, you know what? These landings kind of almost got meme potential. How does that happen? Q400, come on. Now, all right, I'm not trying to say that this airplane crashes like every day. It's only been like the 5th tail strike of this year. This is another one. Looks great. But come on, let's not over dramatize the problem. Obviously, we could kind of say that this is probably the most unreliable landing gear configuration ever on an airplane. I mean, this is on the 9th of August this year. This is genuinely comical. This is actually quite a slideshow. So this is the emergency landing. Plane had to land without its landing gear because they all fell off. All at the same time. All. How the fuck is that? All landing gears. That is insane. Why? How could they all fall off? How? Now, yes, the occasional landing gear issue on the Q400 really has led some people to ask, why did they certify this beast? Come on, it's not that bad. The bad reputation that sticks to the Q400 is a landing gear accident from the end of 2006 to the end of 2007. So, like, where it started. The worst luck happened with SAS, the airline. Within 3 days, 2 Q400s had the right main landing gear collapse, followed by another month later, which is why SAS decided to discontinue the use of the Q400. Yes, everybody. I mean, I don't even want to imagine how high the insurance on the Q400 must be. Now, why does this stuff happen? Apparently, it's severe corrosion on the main landing gear, or a blocked hole within the actuator assembly, or a corrosion of a spring. So mostly corrosion. I mean, these regional airplanes, they have to be very sturdy. They do lots of flight cycles, short flights, maybe even particularly short runway or harsh weather conditions. I guess the particularly funny landing gear does require a little bit of love. And I guess the occasional maintenance crew that tends to pressure wash the whole landing gear assembly might have not been careful enough. All right, but here all is well. Nothing can go wrong, right? All right. Normal Q400. All right, the landing gears collapsed altogether. That's a lot of fun. I don't know, this is stupid. But when we talk about the tail strike, it's definitely the pilots who are to blame, right? I mean, yes, this plane is very much prone to tail striking due to its length, but that's something a good crew can definitely handle. I mean, they learn this, and there's type rating for sure. Right.
With the longer length of the aircraft comes a requirement that the flight crew must be aware of the aircraft pitch attitude during the landing, flare, and touchdown.
Because otherwise you end up with a broken tail.
The extended fuselage and excessive pitch attitude can combine to make a fuselage strike a possibility. The potential point of contact on the Q400 is further forward than on the Q200. The theoretical contact angle on a firm landing is approximately 7.5 degrees compared to 9.5 on the Q200.
7.5 degrees, that's quite insane of a pull. Everybody, it's time to do some test flying. We all know X-Plane now simulates tail strikes pretty well, visually as well. So about time we have a look here. Let's go full power in the engine. Yes, all is well. Now that we've been schooled, we know that our artificial horizon cannot go beneath this point, otherwise we will strike tail. So let's pull up right now. That's insane. Like, I've never seen an airplane where this was actually possible. I think this is the most tail strike prone plane indeed. I mean, it is pretty long indeed. Especially the tail section. There we go. That's been a little scrapey. And that was, by the way, despite us using no flaps as well, right? Which makes your whole flying kind of more shallower and you don't end up pitching much. If we go put the flaps down a little bit, maybe to all the way, it's gonna go crazy, isn't it? Let's go full power. Once again, let's maybe see. Let's actually watch the artificial horizon. Once again, make sure that it doesn't cross 7.5 degrees. Come on, let's pull up now. All right, come on, let's pull it. Yes! Come on, more. We want more. No, that's a runway excursion now. All right, we've overrun the runway. Which is something that happens also awfully a lot with the Q400. PAL DH8D in July overran runway. May 1st overran runway. April 23rd overran runway. Although, come on, that's not too bad. Just a slight overrun. All right, but back onto the tail strike issues of the Q400. We all know now that in pilot training, the pilots learned that they shouldn't over pitch the landing. That can happen through, for example, having very low speed and then doing like minor corrections here, and we're pitching a lot by doing a big flare on a short runway, for example, too, when you're at a slow speed. Come on, flaps fully down. There you go. Yeah. Yes, that might have not been a tail. Oh, that was a tail strike. Never mind. All right, there you go. We've landed now. It's time to go stop this plane. Yes, we've done it. And we've done so without a tail strike, something that barely happened. Now, all went well here, but we never really, experimented around with winds and also weight and balance, something that, pilots need to be especially careful of in the Q400, or maybe the A321, for example, as well, which has tail strike issues. Easy. Oh my god! I mean, oh no! Here, this is actually a really cool add-on. The FlyJ Sim Q400. We can actually remove all the passengers in the front. We can put a lot of baggage into the aft hold of the airplane. We want more than only 1,000. Can we do like 2,000? Let's maybe see how the airplane performs now. Come on, Air Berlin, let's take off. We're gonna do well. Full power, come on. Yes, like that. Man, I should fly this plane more often in like a live stream. All right, all is well now. I would like to induce the biggest tail strike of the year. Come on. Yes! Normal Q400 flight. Come on, let's take off, actually. Which only very barely worked. There we go. You could just see some sparks. But because of this add-on here, I'm actually not able to put much cargo in there. Take a look at the landing gear. Luckily, it doesn't fall off now. So I think for our next video, I should try to continue the Q series of Bombardier. I mean, they started off small with the 100, then the 200, the 300, and then the 400, which is the longest one. What happens if they do a 800? Everybody stay tuned for another YouTube video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure not to pitch over 7.5 degrees, otherwise you have a lot of damage. Good. And I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters. Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Fanner, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.